Hello. So today we are going to look about some errors which we usually experience while using Microsoft Excel. So in Microsoft Excel, errors usually indicate that something has gone wrong with a formula, reference, or function. Here is a list of the most common Excel errors that and what they mean, and finally how to fix them. So the first error is hashtag div then divide by 0 exclamation mark. It means that you are attempting to divide something by a 0, which is a mathematically wrong expression. For instance, to add something, either a formula, recall that we first apply our equal signs, and if it is a 2, I then divide it by 0 first time directly. What I get that error. It indicates that I'm attempting to divide by a 0, which is mathematically wrong. Or if you tend to divide by an empty cell also is equivalent to a 0. An empty cell is equivalent to a 0. For instance, equal sign is this. I divide by an empty cell, which is D1. I press enter, you get the same thing. So we have finished that error. So for the second error, we have hashtag value exclamation mark. It means that you are trying to input a wrong type of argument. For instance, using text where a number is expected or vice versa, you check for unexpected text in the formulas. That's how to fix it. So what do we do? Let us delete this. So for instance, here, if I delete this file and I apply something like a, if I tend to divide equal signs a 2 divided by a, I divide by a, which is C1. I press enter. Hashtag value is the one which comes. Even if you perform any other operation, maybe this equal sign is 2, equal sign is 2. I add now plus a, I enter, still the same thing as the one that comes. Here we expect a value, not a rate of alphabet. You can add values, those are numbers. You cannot add a number and a rate of alphabet. That's mathematically incorrect, impossible. So yeah, I add my 5. So let us look at another error. The other error is hashtag ref, then exclamation mark. It means there is an invalid cell reference. It is caused by deleted or moved a cell that a formula refers to. For instance, let us apply this one in our Excel. Yeah, simplest in our Excel here. If I had pressed equal signs here, this plus that plus 5, that is still 1. I press enter, I get my 8. For instance, if I come to 2 and I delete the 2 and I press enter, I get that. So now that's how the error comes about. I had my 3. Let's continue to the next error, which is hashtag name. So the Excel doesn't recognize the text which you are using. For example, type in function name or undefined name. Check the spelling and define names. If, for instance, if you apply a wrong name for a given function, especially those who enjoy using functions. For instance, let us look at this. If I want to add those ones at a go, remember I press equal signs, then followed by the word sum. Now, if I miss the word sum and I just add this, summation from where to where? Summation from where to where? This is 1. The error had come. So equal signs. Equal signs. Yeah, equal signs. I need to write the word sum. But if I misspell it, I write this. Equal signs. If I misspell it and write this one, I open a bracket. This to that, then I close my bracket and I press enter. Hashtag name is the one which comes. Why? Because the formula is misspelled. You can correct it and add the sum, and if you press enter, you get your answer very well. The same applies to average. If you miss something there, the same applies to if you miss the I or F, you should know what it means. Yeah, that's how you experience the error. If I delete like the M, for instance, you see hashtag name is the one that comes. Let's go to the next error which is hashtag N over A. It means that the value not available. Lookup formulas, that is the meaning. Then common causes, lookup formulas that can't find the value. Use if NA or if error to handle it gracefully. For instance, how can we apply? How is this applied in Excel? For instance, if I have like my 90 here, yeah, I use like a trigonometric function is equal signs turn of signs so it brings it that one. It shouldn't have given us the answer, but it means that you are trying to perform some calculation which is not mathematically correct. For instance, cos of equal signs cos of this one. You press enter. I don't know what's happening, but you shouldn't be having the answers. Those are mathematically wrong statements. So let's go to hashtag num, then exclamation mark. What does it mean? It means that we have an invalid numeric value in possible math is g square root of a negative number. Check input values and the math. How do we get this? When we try to calculate for the square root of a negative, when you try to calculate, for instance, this equal sign is let us use it for appropriate function. Which we can use here. Square root is here, S2RT. Square root is there, SC2 equal signs. Square root 2 SC S2RT open bracket S2RT of, for instance, negative 4. We close. You see, our hashtag NUM exclamation mark has appeared because we are trying to perform something which is not logically possible. So we have something hashtag null exclamation mark. It means an incorrect range error. Use the space instead of or the colons in formulas. You should use proper separators in range syntax. Then this is the commonest one. Hashtags throughout. For instance, how can this one happen? It means that your column width is very narrow. For instance, this I divide it by enter. So we should have had something which has the hashes. I don't know why. Let us do this. It's giving me exponential. It has failed to give us the value. Let us try this. Equal signs 3 we add 3 we add this big one. it is reducing the thing to exponential. That's why it has been able to fit there, but otherwise it wouldn't have fit there. So it shows you the many hashes. And what does that mean? It means that you have to increase your column width. How do you increase your column width? You bring your cursor here on the letter of your column, then at its edge, on its right edge, you increase the size width. Yeah, that's how it is. Now, after that, let us look at the last error. Our last error is hashtag CALC exclamation mark. It means you have a calculation error in your Excel error, e.g. in lambda functions. You inspect the formula logic. For instance, if I have, for instance, equal signs, I have one, I use the addition sign, I again use the subtraction sign, I have this, I press enter, I have -2. So if I use this, if I have B1, the multiplication sign is usually shown by a star. Is usually indicated by a star. B1 times A may be this hashtag name for a different formula now. So I thank you for viewing my content on my channel, and please stay tuned as we enjoy the new videos after videos, and we continue to share our little knowledge, especially while using Microsoft Excel. So the next time we shall meet, we shall talk about Microsoft PowerPoint as our next heading now, as our next target. So I thank you for having stayed tuned, and encourage your friends to continue to subscribe on my channel. Thank you very much.